Grand Rising YouTube, Grand Rising. Back in again to do another energy reading for this 1010 energy portal. I've done 2 already, which is currently uploading. So this will be my 3rd reading for the day. The first reading I did, I had number 78 card and card number 87. Again, I was picking up a mirroring reflection energy. As I was tapping into this reading, which was intentionally a love reading, I noticed on the clock was 78.4 Fahrenheit temperature. Again, 78, so I went tapping into the energy of 78. Break it down to 15. Went in to read the tarot of card number 15, which is the Devil card, which is representing that Pluto Saturn retrograde energy that we're coming out of. The whole regeneration, endings and beginnings, learning harsh lessons, moving forward kind of an energy. So it says here what I've written: the opportunity and the obstacle. Take the bricks and build legacies, foundation, empires. Take the slander and the gossip and transmute it into positive actions. Sticks and stones will only make you spiritually stronger and walking closer to your Most High and your higher self. Within your power, truth, responsibility to continue going, not looking back to stay, but to reflect. Well, it is you've overcome and hope to achieve going forward. What you bring to the table and what you want to see in return, mirroring back in partnership, structure, characteristic, potential, morals and principles, ready-made with no understanding of who, what, when and how. At that time, at this point, I was tapping into energies of building with, building together, like new energy, fresh love. This isn't that kind of old, still gone through hell and back, too much water under the bridge kind of energy. This is a new, fresh, expanded, ascending to new levels, higher, heightened intuition, more observant of the things that trigger you from that foundation energy. Going back to reading, I believe, the oracles, part 1. More confident in your dialogue, becoming more clear of the things that you're feeling inwardly. Not allowing anger to be the main focus of your decisions. Seeing yourself and holding yourself within self. Understanding that comes from self-love, self-respect, self-awareness, inner peace and inner happiness, contentment. And I feel like that's an energy that I'm tapping into and connecting with now. Understanding that there's better ways to overcome these obstacles, these setbacks. I'm going to read from the Moon card, even though I haven't pulled this card, but it's Capricorn energy. In brief, it says ambition, goals, the outdoors, mountains, heights, cliffs, skyscrapers, publicity, fame and infaming. The father up, or a person who plays a fathering role. Judges, how others view you. Power, using force, meeting people in power. The boss. Management, prudence, stubbornness, staying the course. Determination, the payoff, willpower, staying strong. And other metals, rubies and onyx. The colors black, brown and grey. Procrastination, antiques, time measures, old age, old world traditions, world math. Work, not being given any slack, karma, fatalism, tough luck, dwelling on the past, look back, not forward, or looking back, not forward. Using what you have, pine trees, dry wit, teachers and teaching, toothache, rheumatism, and other aches and pains, loyalty, commitment in marriage. Again, this card in tarot represents the Devil card. Key ideas, ambitious, playing by the rules, moving up in the world, fame, infamy and bones. because all of this kind of low vibrational energy is going to have effects on you, inwardly, internally. It will cause ill health. But again, I'm picking up on an energy of someone's, that's a past energy. If somebody's moving forward, if the devil card was to come out in the tarot, I would see it coming out in the reverse. Because somebody's fully aware of that shadow aspect of themselves and what it is that they needed to change and the boundaries that they needed to set within self and this journey. Again, I went reading the devil card on the Biddy Tarot site here. I won't read all of it, but I'll read here. It says, the devil often appears when you have been tricked into thinking you have no control over your shadow self, or these negative forces, and that you can never break free from their hold. You believe you need it and must have it, even if it means going against what you know to be right to obtain it. Deep down though, you know it's to your detriment, and only doing yourself and others a disservice when you cave into these lower needs and desires. To break free of these negative patterns, you need to acknowledge the hold they have over you and the impact they are having on your life. For example, the first step to Alcoholics Anonymous is the admission. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. When the devil shows up in tarot reading, see it as an opportunity to bring these negative influences into your conscious awareness, so you can then take actions to free yourself from their hold. Shine your light on the negative patterns that have been standing in your way for so long, and over time you will loosen the grip they have on you. Given the devil as a major arcana card, it is unlikely you will be free from the addictions and dependencies overnight. It may be a reoccurring pattern for you, and it will take a tremendous amount of willpower and strength to free yourself from their influence. But know this, it is possible, and it is up to you to make it happen. On the positive side, the devil can also show powerful attachment between two people, such as mum and her newborn, or a new romance still in its honeymoon phase. Be careful though, because the devil card, this healthy attachment can turn into an unhealthy codependent relationship if you lose connection with your inner guidance. Don't protect your personal boundaries, or don't protect your personal boundaries. The devil can represent sexuality and your wild side, which again is another card that came out in reading too. Sexuality was the overall energy, again 4. That card was exploring boundaries, fetishes, and your deepest, darkest fantasies. If you can do this within a safe, sacred space, it can be a very enriching experience. However, it has the potential to turn into something that may be unsafe or detrimental to your well-being in the long term. So again, set clear boundaries, choose your partners wisely, and have a safe words ready to go. I'm going to read in the reverse here, although it hasn't come out within the tarot, but this is the energy that I feel that collectively we're moving away from. The reverse devil card can often appear when you are on the verge of a breakthrough or an up-leveling. You are being called to your highest potential, but first you must let go of any unhealthy attachments or limiting beliefs that may hold you back. Often when you are called to do something more, you must deal with your shadows before you can step into this new version of yourself. It may be an addiction, unhealthy relationships, or a disengaging career. Let go of fear and release any self-imposed limitations, beliefs standing in your way of your growth. It is easier than you realize. The reverse devil calls on you to confront your inner fears and anxieties, to free yourself from the chains that bind you to limiting beliefs and unhealthy attachments. Eliminate those things you know are harmful to you and your inner psyche. It may be about creating a healthier diet, watching less television, quitting smoking, spending more time with your loved ones, or focusing more on your goals. Take this opportunity to bring about positive change in your life by staying focused on the ultimate goal of freedom. And again, that ultimate energy was an energy that came out in part 2. 10-10. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. There's a strong vibration, strong energy in part 2. The devil reverse can also appear when you are going into the deepest, darkest places, whether or not you are ready. When you take this path consciously, you do so with strength, confidence, and courage. You seek to understand your innermost shadows so you can either release them or integrate them into your life, integrate them into your life in a more constructive way. When you do it unconsciously or with resistance, it can be very confronting, as you may begin to realize you are very different from who you thought you were. You may enter a period of anxiety or depression or experiencing dark thoughts you struggle to understand. If this resonates, then please seek out a trained therapist to help you work through this time. The reverse devil may also be a sign you are hiding your deepest, darkest self from others. Keeping it a secret, you may have thoughts, fantasies, and addictions or habits that you don't want others to know because you feel embarrassed or ashamed. But sometimes holding on to the secret can contribute to growing levels of guilt, and you may feel a sense of relief if you can share your darker self with at least one trusted individual. There is also a need to accept who you are and forgive yourself for the faults you have. Of course, if you are at risk of harming yourself or others, please seek professional help immediately. Finally, the devil reverse invites you to practice the Buddhist principle of detachment, a state in which you overcome your attachment to the desires for things, people, or concepts of the world, and free yourself from any restrictions. It doesn't mean you don't care for people or things. You release your dependency on them. You may also find that a cool-cutting visualization helps to release any unhealthy attachments to others, especially when the devil reverse appears in a tarot reading. But again, no cards are out. But this is the energy I feel that we're in this 10-10 portal. And I'm just going to pause.